Alrighty, so the first reading today was a more elevated reading, if you will. So let's see if we can use the vintage tarot and just see what it says is going on here today. I know there are those on this channel, when I do the more elevated readings, they're not as popular, okay? Just not. There are people that just are not ready to hear it. All they want is the down and dirty, what's going on, and that's it. And you know, that's what I found when entering realization. You come and you want to give it to everyone, and you rapidly find they don't want it. Okay? They want just something to make their mundane lives a little better, a little more control, a little more. But as far as going beyond ego, oh no, no, that's too scary. I don't want that. And not understanding they don't lose anything. Okay? There's nothing lost. Okay? But so fearful of losing that identification of meism, which they've constructed, which winds up ruling lives and not always in a beneficial way. But anyway, so let's do the cards and see what else comes out. I know there are some on this channel that appreciate the elevated awareness, okay? But so many more just want the news of the day, the news about the news before the news, if you will. So let's see what the reading's about. It's about standing guard, okay? Standing guard, having that difficult actions coming in, okay? The energy coming into it is what's being blocked, okay? The things being blocked from the outside. Above it, a new action with the foundation of what's being shared, what's going on today, truth, about that hardline truth. The challenge is the lid on compassion, trying to keep the lid on things. Above it, what's still up in the air. The foundation is the burden. Potential outcome, choices being made. Outside influence, the pain. So the pain that we're going through are going to reflect in the choices being made. The truth, the lid on the compassion. Above it, this mentally being tied up with the foundation of feeling pushed to the edge. So new action on things that are up in the air, that have got these people mentally surrounded. The foundation, what's being shared, the burden of that, and they are feeling even more pushed to the edge. Standing guard, trying to block information when it comes to the truth, and the lid on their compassion, the choices being made in life, and the pain that it's causing. Okay? So it's talking about, again, this administration and stuff, and there's a lot of pushback happening, okay? So things being overturned, what's being worked on when it comes to what's been hidden, and the wheel is turning. More information is coming out, difficult, you know, for these ones, they're feeling it's destructive, but it's actually the truth, the mentality that's coming out. A tower moment for them. There is an agreement when it comes to the fight, when it comes to the difficulties, when it comes to those that they've got empowered in these lower levels, positions of empowerment. such as Kristi Noem or, all the ones that Trump's got surrounding him. Hegseth, Hog's Breath, the rest of all of these ones, this cabal of craziness. Light is being shed on when it comes to what they're trying to control, mentally walking away from when it comes to the wealthy. Now they are fighting back against the wealthy. The one guy set fire to the place where he was working and said all you had to do is pay us a living wage. Okay? And a number of them, these billionaires, one guy got his mansion lit on fire. The one guy killed the guy, the CEO of that, insurance or things. Okay? So they're fighting back. People are starting to rebel and fight against these very wealthy. I guess now Bezos' new wife has said, just let us wealthy ones be happy. Don't care. Let us enjoy our happiness. Okay? Meanwhile, somebody from Amazon died and they just said, just keep working, don't worry about it. Okay? So this mental retreat, when it comes to the world and what they're trying to get away with, their delusion, when it comes to this, they surround themselves with, and the dark side, okay? The delusion of this that's happening. So what's being offered up is the evidence in hand, okay? About what's ruling their emotions, needing to get some balance. So more and more messages are coming out of information when it comes to the harvest, not liking what we're seeing, new information when it comes to their abuses of power. What's gaining strength is this new cup, what's being built, what's being juggled when it comes to their miserliness and what they're withholding, rapidly moving, this concrete new path opening up, a victory when it comes to what's being handed out. So more and more is going to come out. Okay, more and more is going to be revealed. When it comes to controlling actions, figuring out the next move, charging forward, club in hand. Again, it comes down to the accountability of the actions that are being done with what's being birthed in America. We have this charging forward. This is the swift mind. When it comes to their manipulations of what the cabal, by the cabal, when it comes to Epstein, trafficking, drugs, all this whole dark enterprise behind the scenes. When it comes to the things they've been trying to feed us, it is coming to an end point. We are tired of it. People have said enough is enough. A concrete message when it comes to the White House, what's going on overseas, the nightmare that's come in from that, what he's trying to sell as a merchant. We want justice. He's out in the cold. It's not going well with his mentality being ruled by that. Judgment is coming in. More message about an action when it comes to Trump. Not liking what's coming. Facing losses. Wanting to ferry away. Wanting to get away. But we've got MAGA and the Magatonians that are looking deeper, okay, when it comes to the cabal. And as the head of this whole thing, we're looking at long-term movement on that, okay? So it's saying more and more is being revealed, okay? When it comes to truth coming out, when it comes to their lack of compassion, when it comes to their hatred, whether it's ICE deporting people in an unethical way, or whether it comes to the trafficking, the drugs, and the dirty politics, all of that, more and more is coming to the surface, is being revealed, is being moved through, and people are fighting back, okay? So the wealthy are scrambling. The wealthy are starting to scramble because it's breaking down. It's like revolution time coming, you know. So on that note, I'll leave that here. Trump and his cohorts, it's not going well, okay? It's not going well on any of the fronts. And he's wanting to distance from, but how many more distractions can they bring in? They've tried war. They've tried these distractions, and it's not going well. So they just are, I'm feeling that he's stepping in concrete, and that concrete is drying around him, so he can't move. He's stuck, okay? So in this concrete, when it was wet, they could still slush through and get out, but now it's hardening. And he can't get out of it. He's standing there, the concrete, and he's like, it's not happening, okay? And he's screaming and yelling to get him out of that, but no, they don't have the tools to get him out of it. He's just stuck there in the concrete and having a meltdown mode, okay? So he's going to try to throw everyone under the bus, but there's only so many more he can bring in to replace them with. And they're rapidly, you know, he had the new guy for ICE, and he's leaving already, you know. So the whole thing is imploding. There will be more and more consequences for these ones. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.